It's Honcho,
And this is Mo.
and welcome back to TheHonchoMoshow.
Tonight we have a very special guest, the first member that we're going to show you in our society, Marcus. How you doing tonight?
Hello everybody, I'm very good. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Of course.
I'm very glad to see you guys in the comfort of my own home. Appreciate you guys coming out.
And we know you're an up-and-coming SoundCloud rapper. Can you tell us a little bit about the music industry?
The music industry, it's a cold one, man. I think I was about 19. I bought my little Blue Yeti snowball at Guitar Center for no more than like $40.
Okay.
And I had already had my MacBook and an Xbox headset, so I plugged everything up. I found a recording software on the internet, and I haven't looked back since.
Damn, so you were doing everything solo.
Everything solo, yeah.
That's
I never
crazy.
looked into an engineer, no help on the writing, none of that. Very unprofessional, you could say, but just music has been such a profound part of my life for God knows how long, and I attribute that to my dad for sure.
That's respect.
He's just always playing anything growing up, anything and everything, so music was just always a big part, and I don't think I had any choice but to at least try to make it.
Yeah,
So
I respect that.
my niche I just get on a beat and say what comes in my mind, really. Like, I'm not going in the studio with pads or nothing. I'll say a bar, click pause, think of the next bar, record it, so on. And that's how all my songs come together. But over time they've gotten a lot better. Like, they're funny, they're creative, and I feel like I'm doing different stuff than anyone I listen to. So that's what keeps me going. Obviously the views aren't there. I don't hound myself on that or anything, because I enjoy making it and it's out there. So I think one day it'll come around.
That's awesome.
And the best is yet to come. I'll say that.
So one day you will escape the matrix, and you will have those music videos come together. One day your lyrics will be the best.
Precisely.
But what is the path to that? Personally, what is your path to escaping the matrix? We all have steps. What is that for you?
Music is harsh, man. That is not, I don't associate myself or career with music at all, but I know that eventually I will.
Yeah, but like, what is your physical route to that? So like, everyone has to start small. So like a job, sometimes it is, sometimes it's going to college. For you, what would that be?
So my niche has been found in trucking. And as of recently, I've been in school for it.
Yeah.
So we're talking very recently, like within 2 weeks. I've been. Well, let's rewind. First of all, I was at a warehouse. I graduated, right? So I graduate and I'm at Becca. So Becca's a good school, and I got sent there initially for sports, but then I got injured. So it was like, okay, you're still at a good school, you can still do college. And I find myself not even wanting to do that. So I'm super stuck towards the end of high school, like that time's ticking, graduation, and I don't know what the heck I want to do.
Yeah.
So that time comes a little before senior ends. I actually start working. My first job was at the movies. I would go to Becca from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a half hour away. I drove there, and then I would go to the movie theaters from 4 to 11. So that, like,
It's a long day, bro.
that work gene has definitely always been there for me.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I could kind of tell I was a little different, because no one was doing that. I'm in high school doing that, dude, every day, like, and no one knew that. So then I actually got fired from the movies. New Vision, y'all know what y'all did, but they're out of business now, so we don't gotta talk about that. But so yeah, I ended up getting fired, and then I took a shot in the dark and applied at FedEx Freight. So that job was paying very good, and I didn't think I had any shot at getting in, but I did. So I'm like, my difference in wage was literally $10. I thought I was the hottest thing in the world when I got that job, because I'm jumping $10. I went from the movies to driving a forklift. So I'm like, what? How did I even get in here? But some jobs will give you a chance because you don't have any bad habits yet. So they mold you. So they let a young man like myself in there, and my original schedule was 5 to 10 p.m. So I remember I did that for a while, and then they were like, hey, Marcus, can you start coming in at 2 p.m. to get training, extra training? So I know school ends at 2:35, but I'm just so locked in. I'm like, yeah, I'll make it work. And I remember I used to leave Becca. I had a geography class as my last one, and my teacher was just the coolest guy in the world, Mr. Schiller. I love you. Somehow between him and the office, I was just allowed to leave Becca to go to my warehouse job at 2 p.m. and just work till like 8.
They didn't give you shit for that?
Who?
The
Becca?
school. They didn't give you shit?
My senior year, I was late every day, and I left early. I don't know how I got away with it or graduated, but I did, and I'm very thankful. Now, the bad part is, obviously I was at Becca, so like back to what I was saying, the college expectations are there, but it just wasn't, it was never, ever just anything I wanted to do, not even close. And I had to lie to my parents for a long time and say, yeah, like I'm applying, I'm thinking about it, but I just never was. I was just so invested in my work at the time that's all that took place.
That's crazy but that's trending now. Not going to college is starting to trend. People are becoming like, more and more people are becoming famous easier and easier. So it's like, there's more room for people nowadays in the industry. You know what I'm saying?
It really is. I guess I was on that in 2019. So.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, that FedEx. So, sorry, this is still all in relation to your question. I'm just setting the stage first. Yeah. So FedEx came to an end, and then I got my big boy job at a big warehouse around here. So that I'm already graduating. I'm in there every day for like 3 years about on night shift. So, I guess that part of it was. I don't want to throw out NPC mindset, but it kind of was, because I didn't know, there was nothing that Marcus wanted to do in the picture. It was just, all right, I just graduated and everyone's on my case, everyone's looking in, so let me just go get a good job and everyone will shut up and leave me alone.
I think it partly has to do with COVID. I think COVID made a lot of people fall off.
Yeah, it wasn't hard.
And not only fall off, it made a lot of people that were progressing very well to pull back, but now they have the advantage to slingshot. A lot of people fell off, a lot of competition became nil. So the advantage for us, especially young folk, is we get back on the horse quicker. Because you gotta realize, I'm gonna say 75% of the people that were competing, you were once competing against, you're not competing against anymore because of COVID. But you fell off, I fell off, John fell off, we had JSK flight, we fell off. It happens. That's just the realm of the world.
Everyone falls off, and if one thing that I learned very harshly is that you're gonna lose before you win. 2,000% you're gonna. Yeah. And if it hasn't happened yet, don't be scared, because it just has to. I'm sure some people's losses will be more harsh than others, but it's just gonna. It's the reality of life, and I don't accept it. I've been through it. It just happens.
It'll happen more than once too. You're not gonna only experience one downfall, and when you experience one downfall, it's how you get back up from that. It's how you persevere through that hardship is what really matters in the long run.
The people around you are gonna create your bounce back. If you have good people around you, you're gonna bounce back better. If you have trash people around you, well, you're gonna bounce back weak. So make sure every single person around you is good, because if not, well, you're gonna be stuck in their NPC mindsets. You ever heard the quote, the 5 people that you hang around you become? That's true.
So expanding from that, Marcus, can you tell us about the workers you worked with and how it was being surrounded by those types of people?
I'd love to hear that.
The movies were movies entry-level jobs. So you see a lot of high schoolers. You'll see your occasional just, confused guy working in there, making the same as a high schooler. It's like, oh, what are you doing? I don't know, but whatever. Yeah. So the movies had all kinds of demographics in there, but no one's there long term. It was dang near minimum wage. So I understood that. So then we move on to FedEx. Now I'm a high schooler getting hired with people that, FedEx was part-time, so they only offered like about 5 hours a day for most people. Okay. So you knew when you were there, it's kind of like, ironically, it was just most people, they were grown, but they usually had 2 jobs, or their significant other was well off, and they just wanted to just like say they're doing something. So they were there working those little 5 hours. But me, I'm in there, you know, grinding. Youngest one there. I don't really resonate with anyone. Yeah. But like I said, I always had that work gene. So
how were the conversations with those people?
Dude, oh my gosh. That is one thing I'm thankful for. Like, with me being in warehouses so young, I've learned so much from these people. Like, so much. I've met people with 6 kids. I've met people with none. Like, I've seen a lot. So if we're talking FedEx, let me think. Is there really anyone memorable from there? I wouldn't say FedEx. It was kind of whatever. But at Uline was tough because it was even another step up in full time. So now I'm around people holding down houses, holding down children, holding down school payments, car payments, whatever. And again, I'm just in there because my mom's like on my case about me not going to school. You gotta do something. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do this. So I didn't want to be there, but I was. And obviously that's not a good mindset to have going to work, but like I said, I have that work gene, so I'm still going hard, like just off the strength. That's how I am. So
one thing I want to say is, isn't it so bad how your parents get on your case about not going to school? Now, it comes from a position of love because they love you and they want the best for you, but they don't understand the matrix. You know, they, or let's say 40, 50, 60 years old, they don't understand that it's not going to bring in the money anymore. They don't understand the student debt loan you go in. They don't understand that if you actually want to make a profitable adventure in that school, that goes 6 to 8 years.
That too, but think of how far removed they are from the school system. It's not the same school they went to when they were kids. They're so
don't even bring that up. We can get banned.
Far removed.
We can get banned if we bring that up. But it's just crazy stuff. On the applications, there are crazy things they ask you. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
And those applications get worse.
They get worse.
The things they ask, we don't even gotta get in that.
But the reason they want you to go to is because their parents told them to.
Yeah.
And they want us to continue. Exactly, we're stuck. It's a continuous loophole. You get stuck in that trap, and it's like people like us, we want to escape from that as quick as possible. We don't want to linger around in these like
one of the
shadows.
problems actually in the world might be in 30 to 40 years that nobody's parents want them to go to college. That might be one of the problems.
People like us, don't go.
Don't go. You went to college? Get out of the house.
Nah, what's sad though is I think college will always be around.
It will. And it's not, some professions require it. And everyone has a different role. Like that's fine. It's just, I would never hate on anyone. I get it. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with going to college.
At all.
Just like there's nothing wrong with, I don't even know, putting 93 gas into your car. But if your car doesn't take that octane, right? If it doesn't take the pure octane, you're putting the wrong gas in your car.
Yeah.
That's a very good parallel. That's very good. But yeah, no problems with that. I mean, if I would have went to college, I would have. If I went to a 4-year, I would have graduated, and been on my feet. But I'm not. So like, there's their advantages.
The thing is, like, you would have been in debt, just like everybody else.
I would have been in debt too. Yeah.
Like people going to college and not even thinking about debt. They drink their brews, they party, they have fun with girls, have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like they have their fun, but it's like.
It's just they got trapped by the societal pressures. Really just threw them into it, and it sucks because you don't get that elevated mindset. Everyone gets it at a different stage of their life, so they're kind of just in there deep. But you gotta pray for.
I was talking to this man a couple days ago, and I was like, "Damn!" He was at the gym. I was like, "Damn, bro! Like, how do you get that buff?" And he's like, "Oh, I work at FedEx." I'm like, "All right."
Yo.
And I said. But why are you working at FedEx? And he said, oh, well, I need to pay off my college debt. And I'm like, oh, shit. Well, what do you go to college for? He said, communications. And I was like, why are you working at FedEx? He said, well, I can't do anything with a degree.
It's a harsh reality that a lot of people do.
Well, you can do some with communication.
A lot is an understatement.
You have to be good at communicating.
Yeah.
You can get a degree in communications and not be good at speaking. It's possible. You just do the work.
100%. But you just did good on tests. You know how to fill in a bubble.
Exactly.
That school in general, I never really let it gauge my actual skills in life or anything like that, because it's just like even at my recent CDL school / testing, I took a reading and math assessment, and it's like, what if someone comes in here and guesses all of them right, or even cheats? So now our society is based on testing abilities.
Yes.
And there's people like I'm right next to someone that could be cheating. If I worked hard and I'm smart and he cheated, we're at the same thing, getting the same benefits.
That actually reminds me of something. I wanted to say, now this is just my personal opinion, but you know what is really, it really closely resembles school? Church, religion. Because someone could pretend they're all virtuous, could go to church all the time, but they could be a really terrible person. How does that make you feel? How does church and religion, or let's just say any type of religion, the mosque, any type of temple, how does that make you feel when you're pressed on religion? Oh, do you believe in this? Do you believe in that? Oh, you're going to hell. How does that make you feel?
Well, getting forced into Becca, what I concluded is that if you want your kids to like follow a guideline and be religious, let them find it naturally, because Becca
is a Catholic school, by the way.
Is Catholic, yes. Not to like bash them or hate on their practices, but nothing that they preach gets practiced at all by the students, at all. Like I'm one of the better kids, because I'm straight edge, I don't do anything, but like that's all I was surrounded by, and parties. So it's like it's just like it's sad, but I guess as children in general, if you force something down their throat, it's usually not gonna work out like that. So they're just gonna do the opposite, because they're so sheltered and caged in that they just want to.
Exactly.
So
if you guys have been to a Catholic school like us three have, you know it gets crazy. Even in school, bro. The sipes in the bathroom, bro. Bro, these kids be hitting their jewels out their ass, man. Every time you go in the bathroom, bro. Puff, puff, pass, man. It's like, what are y'all doing with your time, bro? Like, bro, they be smoking jewels while they're doing their homework. It's like, what are you gonna get out of that? Like,
but they all look like the perfect kid.
From the outside, yeah. From the outside. You ever get told to shave your beard?
Oh yeah, at Becca, a little peach fuzz. No, go down to the
office. Give you the razor?
Yeah, the cheap little razor. You're bleeding.
Did you do it? Did you do it?
Oh, you had to.
Bro, when I was
sent home.
Bro, when I was at Notre Dame though, I'd go in and I'd wait the whole period though. I'd wait the whole period.
That's smart.
And it'd be like 2 days, 3 days in a row. It's like crazy, bro. You had to have schemes to get your dad.
Look at his beard.
I'm saying, look at this guy. Of course I give him out. I wish I could grow that.
That's crazy.
But yeah, church, school, I can see the parallel. It's all tough, man. Because everyone's so individual. It's hard, man. It's hard to preach one thing,
but it's
and expect
like
everyone to follow.
It's crazy though. Like when you're at like a Catholic school, why do the teachers why do they try to convince themselves that their students are perfect when they know they're not?
Right. It's like, you're supposed to be a teacher. You're supposed to have an elevated mindset. Even I can understand that. Like,
exactly,
that simple
bro.
concept. It's crazy, but again, it's their job.
There's nothing you can do against it, but what it really goes back to is there are the 99%, just like many say, and then there are the 1%. To be the 1%, you have to be able to navigate the world with wisdom. You have to be able to do the right thing at the right time. Now, Marcus, how old are you?
I'm 22.
22.
Yeah.
How much time do you think you have before it all starts crumbling?
Crumbling?
Yeah, I would say that. It all starts crumbling after a while.
I'd say it already crumbled. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but the benefits that I reaped from all those hours at my warehouse job are very minimal now. There's not much to show for those 3 or 4 years I was there, and that's.
But you have your age. Don't forget. I said when.
Age. I do.
Not what have you done, but when.
Well, what I'm telling you is that I think it already did. I mean, will it happen again? Maybe. but I just feel like I needed to lose a lot of stuff that I gained in order to grow, like I said earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
saying, like, what is the point of no return? And I'm not, if anyone older is listening to this, I'm not trying to dampen your spirits. What I'm really saying is once you get to an age like 30, 35, and you have a couple kids, and you have so much responsibility, it's pretty much impossible at that point. Not impossible, 85%.
Well, most speaking on it is this is the age of social media. Like everybody wants to become famous. Everybody has that in their DNA, and it's like, when is that not possible? When you turn 40, 30? Like, when is it not possible to truly?
If you're working at 9 to 6, and then you gotta get home, pick the kids up. Well, no, not your wife will do that, but you gotta get home, feed the kids, whatever. Got work the next day. When are you gonna find time for becoming famous?
Because going back to music, do you want to be a famous rapper?
Of course. But do I want fame specifically? No. I know that fame comes with riches, and that's what I want. I want to be able to. I want financial freedom more than anything in this life. I want financial freedom. So I guess yes and no.
But it's like seeing like your song on Spotify's playlist Rap Caviar. Like what would that mean to you, bro?
It would mean that something that I made in my basement on a piece of crap studio is traveling to people's ears everywhere, and I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
And I mean, I can imagine that, man. But I think my honest goal, and this might be a stupid way to go about it with music, is that if I make enough good content on my crappy equipment for long enough, someone with good equipment is gonna come along and be like, yo, I see your potential, like come tap in with me. And that's my goal. So that's kind of what has stopped me from investing in music fully, time and money wise. But obviously, like, I haven't taken off or anything yet, so maybe I should invest. Maybe that's what that's trying to tell me. But again, music's not number one. Like as far as like a career, like I'm not banking on a industry so saturated. I'm not gonna bank on it, but I love making it. But
one of the big things is the greatest artisans of the world say that music is the number one art, and that athletics are the number 13. So that just
said 13. Show the tattoo.
That just tells you how important music is. Think about it. Everyone listens to music. Not everyone works out, but everyone listens to music. Every single person. And if you don't,
you can't even escape it. Like, unless you're muting your radio, even old people are keeping it on.
That's the thing, though. I think it goes back to networking. It's who do you know in your industry, and are you in multiple industries? You can't only stay in one lane. Everybody nowadays that's famous is in multiple lanes. They have multiple avenues of revenue. You know what I'm saying? They make money in multiple areas.
Music opens so many other doors. Rappers specifically, see them in a Gatorade ad, see athletes giving them shout outs.
Exactly.
Literally anything. The possibilities are endless once you hit it off one bit. That's all it takes.
You could rap, they're selling drugs, they're reselling Gucci and different brands of clothing. Like there's multiple avenues of revenue that they delve into.
Yeah, very true. It's very hard at the age below, I would say 25, to navigate your world. It's so hard. We live in a different realm, but there is hope. He shows you that there is hope.
Always. There always is. No matter what anyone tells you, there's always hope. If you're not dead yet, there is hope.
Keep that mindset.
Keep going. Trust me. I've seen it. So, yeah. Appreciate you guys.
For sure. We're going to end on this, but know that he's a very important person. You might not see him now, but you will see him later. He will do a lot and accomplish a lot.
And we're all working behind the scenes. The Briefcase.